the 7 changes from Wednesday night's game. There's obviously going to be some fresh legs out here tonight for Louisville City. So it's a little overcast, so it'll be interesting to see that hopefully it won't be quite as humid for the boys out there tonight. But I think the 2 up front is something which is we've not been familiar to see this season. So it's going to be very similar there with Lancaster and Hoffman up front. Hopefully those two can combine and work together as well.
And of course, we are finally underway, as there was a little bit of delay as Ranjit Singh was wearing his yellow top. Of course, he had the switch jerseys because that would have been a little confusing as he was wearing the same top as the Rhinos.
Don't want to confuse the officials too early.
You want to wait to confuse them.
Exactly.
As Louisville with the ball now, and Quinn, the captain, finds Dakers in the middle of the field, and he was surrounded as soon as he touched the ball. They're now playing along the far side as Noonan.
I think it's very early, very important here that Louisville start to control the tempo straight off from the first whistle. It's very important that they get settled, as we mentioned earlier. It's difficult. It's hard to say that the wheels are falling off when they're really not, but. After the winging streak came to an end, its confidence can slip a little bit. So it's being in control of the tempo of the game and being in possession certainly will help them settle down a lot quicker.
As Dakers now in a bit of a dangerous position, he loses it there. Nice defensive play to prevent that attack. As now maybe the counter on for Rochester if he can keep this ball in, but a poor touch too far out in front of him will go back Louisville City's way.
Very important here as well for me that Montero settles down early. He's not played as many games this season like he did towards the end of last season, so this could be a certain part that the Rhinos try to look at to capitalise on, but hopefully that like I said, they'll get him into the game and get him settled down too.
As Montano now, you just mentioned, on the near side, forced to play it back, and Quinn looks to switch fields. A poor pass there. Rhinos ball. So they're now working along the far side. And a nice play. And a player slips on the turf. Louisville City capitalizes. And now they look to switch the attack as Dakers. So off to the races. Gets it up to Lancaster. And again, another poor touch there. The ref waving off.
You can see early there that Dakers is looking to come inside quite a lot there. He's leaving the space open up on the left for the left back to get into. I think that was a game plan that there was looked at. Speaking to the coaches earlier, was if the long switch was on, like Quinn just tried there a couple of minutes ago, it's something that they're going to look to use.
There's really a lot of the attacks for Louisville City this year have come from that far side, as you typically having Kyle Smith in the lineup, and the combination of him and Dakers or George Davis IV also not in the starting lineup, as really most of the attacks and the best chances and most of the goals have come from that side of the field.
Yeah, which was strange because last season it came from the right. But the changes in the personnel. Speaking with James earlier in the season, it was a difficult second season, start to the season. There's a lot of changes, a lot of new personnel. So again, the locker room and everybody settled was very important for him. So it's new guys coming in, old guys that was here last year still wondering if they was going to be keeping their spots. Almost to the extent where he mentioned it was kind of like coaching at a college team with so many changes happening. But he's done well. James is a great coach. He's a great person. He's hard working. He studies the game. He's really not just a coach. He's certainly a student of the game as well as.
As Louisville City doing well there, Craig, to break up that attack for the Rhinos. As again, the Rhinos, Louisville City just a second ago had a chance. As about the 5th minute here, and neither team challenging the keepers yet.
It's going to be a chess game. Bob Lilly will have his Rhinos certainly packed in as 2 banks of 4, as you can see, and it's going to be very important for Bend and Quinn to try and unlock those gaps, to see if they can get Hoffman or Lancaster in, as you can see there. That obviously a foul given against Louisville City, but it's important that Bend and Quinn do try to dictate the pace and eventually do try to penetrate a little bit more.
As Reynolds, the guilty party there for Louisville City, and Louisville's going to be happy to have him back in the lineup as he missed the last game with yellow cards. Now the Rhinos attacking in the box now, trying to keep it in bounds. They do play it back, but a Bend scoops it up, and Louisville will look to start their counter as a Bend has a couple of options, and will choose the more difficult path, playing it up to Dakers. Dakers does well initially to keep it out, and Lubon pounces in it, but it'll be a foul going against Dakers and Louisville City.
You can see there again, Dakers still wanting to come inside. I think Ben kind of hesitated a little bit there on his decision making on what to do as he's coming out, because I think the counter attack could have been on a lot quicker.
As if you got to think of Bend maybe should have played that out to the right, as Lubin had a little bit more space than Dakers did. As there is a chance, and Rand Jitsing coming up huge with the save there early in this one. And we'll get hopefully another look at that one here, Adrian.
Yeah, that's a big save. That's not expecting that shot to come in from there, from that distance. It's great technique there from the Rhinos midfielder.
And again, I'm not sure that one would have bent in as it looked like it was over the post, but again, no choice for Richardson there.
No, he's got to be on his toes there. He's got to be aware that one's coming in.
As Forbes sends that one in, but that's broken up by Louisville City. I believe that Paco Cred breaking it up, and now Dakers off to the races again. Can't quite get onto it. So now Giolivi, he loses control to Montano. The Rhinos will hold on to it here.
The Rhinos aren't. They're not playing through their midfield that much, as you can see. As I expected them to play longer. It's interesting to see Volesky's really playing more as the target player there, the higher forward, where you'd have probably thought DeSantos, as the taller 6'4" player, would play more as the target player, but kind of similar to how Louisville City would play last year with the smaller guy playing as the higher player, as our I guess Louisville City legend, whether we can call him a legend after a season, but it's interesting how they've set up there.
As now Reynolds, a careless pass there, broken up by the Rhinos, and now they're got their own counter started here along the far side. He's got a couple options in the box. Sent in, met by Volesky, but right over Montano as he kind of jumped over him, but that ball heads out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, Montano did well there. He backed into the Rhinos players. He's got a little push in the back, so he's done well just to hold him off. It's very important as they're tracking back in there, just to make sure that you know where your forwards are.
So now Craig working with Quinn along the backside now to Reynolds as they look to switch fields. And the Rhinos playing a rather high line at the moment. Reynolds and Louisville City being very patient.
You can see the high line, but there's still the two banks of four there right behind them, which Louisville City's got to be move the ball around a little bit quicker to try and get through them.
And Reynolds does get it to Lubon, now up to Noonan. Sends the cross in, but too far in front for Hoffman as Gomez scoops it up, getting his first real touch on the night.
Bob Lilly's been around in this league for a long time, and Rhinos are going to be they're a blue-collar team. They're going to work hard.
As Lancaster now scooping it up for Louisville City, capitalizing off the misplay. And they'll work on that far side again. Rochester recovering well. And now Quinn, poor touch there. He'll lose it here to Gilovi. But Gilovi can't do much with that there.
You can almost see there where Quinn and Guy have sat very deep, mainly because of the two banks of four that Bob has got the Rhinos set up with. And it's almost like they've kind of got way too much time on the ball, that not quite making the right decisions. As you can see there again, Quinn's passing is not quite on yet tonight.
Yeah, in the early going, a couple of errant passes from a couple Louisville City players, and credit the Rhinos not opening up to Louisville City, as the way Louisville City's attack has been most of this season has been that slow build-up.
Yep.
And then they find that one right perfect ball, and they're really good. Louisville City really good at spreading the defense out.
Sure, and I think that it's very. You can see how James has got his almost matched them in the formations. Both teams playing in the 4-4-2.
Got a whistle and a foul going there against the Rhinos.
Yeah, so James has matched them there on the 4-4-2. So it's but it's very. I'd like to see that just the pace picked up a little bit here by the Louisville City guys. Just like this ball in here. Can he go a little bit quicker?
As Lubin playing it off to Lancaster now. Hoffman, Lubin with the shot. That one goes over the net. And that was really the first chance for Louisville City tonight.
Yeah, you can see there, though, the ball's gone in quicker. And hasn't given the Rochester Rhinos the time to get settled and given them the time to get compact. So it's very important that when that pass is on, it gets played.
As we'll get another look at that here. The great ball played by Newnham, and then Lubin does well to hold on to it.
Lubin's done well there to get in the gap. It's very difficult, finding those spaces in there. That's where defenders don't want to come and pick you up.
And of course, that, as you were just saying a moment ago, is now maybe a chance though for the Rhinos. That ball played up high, met by a bend in the air. That was something James stressed to Louisville City players early in the season. He wanted quicker decisions, quicker passes, quicker shots. Go ahead and challenge the keeper from distance even. And Louisville City seems to have gone away from that the last couple games, and maybe that's part of the recent kind of semi-slump, if you want to call it. Only 2 losses on the season.
Yeah, it's hard to call it a slump though in this kind of season. I think if you're a coach and you was in the situation that James and the Louisville City team's in now, most coaches are going to take that. They're going to take that situation. It's not what we call a crisis, but I think sometimes it seems to have set through a little bit that people are seeing it that way. Even though I spoke to George Davis and Guy Ben before the game, and the confidence is there. And tonight's game, they are treating it like a final because this was their first final. Even though George wasn't with the team last year, but he played against Rhinos many a times when he was playing with the Kickers. And that was really a rivalry for them. But this is their final tonight when they play in these, and so it's they are disappointed that they've not got the results.
There's now a chance as Dos Santos plays it up to Volesky, and that one finds the back of the net. And again, Louisville City going down early in the match here in the 13th minute as the Rochester Rhinos lead this one 1-0 early in Louisville. And again, that's been a problem for Louisville this season, is they haven't played as well to start games. And probably the worst possible start for Louisville as a misplay by Quinn.
Yeah, it's Quinn just. Well, it's not quite the pass there. The misplay pass by Quinn is just. He's expecting the ball to be played to his left foot so he can play out. It's played to him on his wrong foot, and this is where the Rhinos are going to be dangerous. They are going to hit you on the counter attack. It was expected that's how they're going to play, and. With the amount of goals that Volesky scored this season, is not that you can't allow him that amount of the space. Even though that Louisville City was on the attack, the centre backs have still got to be aware of their duties.
As they're looking for the equalizer here, as Newnham tried to cross that one in, and they'll get a corner out of this one. It's I should say it's not another, but it is a Louisville City corner kick presented by Falls City Beer.
It's a Louisville City corner kick presented by Falls City Beer.
Again, Louisville this year doing something a little differently than the past. They've typically had 2 guys to try and pull that extra defender out of the box. It looks like it'll be Quinn solo. He sends the long ball in. That headed out by the Rhinos. Back to Dakers. He'll put the move on, try the shot from distance, and that one going over as well. But again, that's the kind of play James would like to see, particularly after giving up a goal the way they did.
Sure, you got to come at it. You got to basically not sit back. Louisville's got to come out and try and get the equaliser as quickly as they can, because the longer that Rochester stay in this game, just with the 1-0 lead, the more of happier they're going to be with it. So Louisville's got to certainly attack them and go at them, and they're certainly capable of doing that. You know, in the last couple of games they've outshot their opponents, so I don't expect this game to finish the 1-0 if they keep going this way.
Is off the throw-in. That ball played to Lancaster, and he'll lose it here. Is now again Dos Santos with the ball, and he'll lose it. But the ref, I believe that actually bouncing up off of a Ben's hand just before that. I believe we have a handball there. It's off the restart. Working along this near side are the Rhinos. Dacres closing it down. So in the 16th minute here again, Rochester up 1-0 here in Louisville Slugger Field.
I think Quinn may have to change his boots at half-time. That's probably a fifth pass there that he's just given away. So.
It's like a golfer, punish the putter, he's got to punish the boots.
Yeah, yeah.
That's another high ball played up by Gilo Voji. There's a little battle there in the midfield, and the Rhinos will hold on to the ball. It's now Lancaster trying to play that out wide as he had Lubin there, but
yeah, Lubin's just gone a little too early. He went past Lancaster. You got to wait for that ball to get played, and then either take the defender with you and check back out, or just hold the run. He's very keen to get forward.
There's a nice ball played to Volesky, and now Gilovici missed touch there, but he keeps it in bounds. Montano shuts it down and sends that one out of bounds.
Montano's probably happy that he mistouched that one, because if he'd got a good touch in, he'd have been in on goal there and one-on-one with the keeper.
There's a whistle there going against, or excuse me, throw in to Louisville City. That's Quinn heading it back to Lancaster again. Lancaster coming all the way back to retrieve that ball. And they play it wide again to Noonan. And he sends the cross in, and he had Hoffman in the box, but again, the Rhinos defense breaking up the attack.
Well, that's the ball that needs to be played, that quick switch. You know, get that. I think the cross probably went in a little early. I'd like to have seen him take him on one-on-one, because the space was in there behind the fullback. So take him on and then allow more players to get into the box for the cross.
As Dacres and Montano were working on that give and go along here on the near side. And the Rhinos breaking it up. It's now Lancaster surrounded instantly. Ball flicked up high. Paco Cred trying to head it in to Hoffman. Now a Ben heading out to Luban. And again, a Ben can't control the ball, and he goes back to the Rhinos. And now they've got their counter working, but Reynolds, he's got speed as well, and he'll pass it back to Ranjitsingh.
Yeah, Reynolds used his body well there. He got across the forward and was not going to let him get in.
There's a beautiful ball played by Quinn Dacres. He'll look to dance with this one, but again, his touch, and I believe credit James there, got a foot on it. And Montano, a poor throw in there, went right to the Rhinos. And Craig's there to head it down. Quinn trying to control it. A ball played out wide to the Rhinos as Dos Santos pounces on it. Montano doing well to break it up. Now up to Lancaster.
Lancaster's coming deep. He's got to almost come deep to get that ball. He's almost coming into the Rhinos midfield so he can get on it.
There's a Ben now playing it back to Craig. Craig, 4 touches there, leads to turnovers. Now Dos Santos again, a giant of a man on the ball.
Yeah, he is. It was interesting when I was talking to a guy before the game. He said last year when they played the Rhinos, it was almost like playing a NBA basketball team. They were so big, and you can see there with Dos Santos, all 6'4" of him. He's a big guy.
Yes, keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. As Volesky, he'll play it off the flag, actually. That ball played in, a chance for Dos Santos, but he can't control it. And that'll go out for a throw into Louisville City.
Almost looked like the initial play there. Volesky was tinkering almost on the offside, but it wasn't called. But a few players slipping out there on tonight's turf. It's causing a few problems.
As Dos Santos trying to get that into play, broken up by Montaneau and Craig. As Louisville trying that long ball and unfortunately headed back to Noonan.
Yeah, that's the one that I think that Louisville would like to look for and try and play that long diagonal ball. It worked well for them last season. You know, it's
as now here's a chance if Hoffman can pounce on it.
It's good defending. Defenders got back on him well there. He knows Hoffman's a goal scorer. He knows that he can score goals, and he's got himself in between the forward and the goal there.
Again, that's starting with Quinn. A nice pass to Luban, and then he found that hole and found Hoffman. But
yeah,
again,
Farrell did well, but you'd like to see Hoffman still put that one in the back of the net.
As here's Quinn, almost a misplay by Gomez, as he ends up sending one of his players into the post as James, and it looks like he gets up there, but it looks like he took quite a knock on the post.
Yeah, it's the last couple of corners there that Louisville had. They looked like they could cause some problems there. And you know, speaking to the guys before the game, it was probably a strength that they expected to come from the Rhinos. That their set plays are very good in set plays, but keeper didn't look overly confident there. But it's never easy when you have all that crowd in there in front of you, and you all you want to get hold of is that ball. Wow.
And he did well to eventually hold on to it, as he almost bobbled it and lost it, and that could have been catastrophic, as Dakers, he'll be knocked off the ball and he'll get a foul, and that'll be a free kick outside the box from a potentially dangerous position.
Well, that's what you want to see Dakers doing. You want him to get on the ball. You want him to turn and get up players. As a defender, that's what you don't want to see. You know, so what they are starting to do well. You saw it there with the guys earlier there that on both sides now that dropping into those gaps. Dakers has dropped into that gap. He's turned his defender well, and then he's running at you. You're dangerous there.
And James just getting that foot in there to eventually knock him over.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen Lancaster dropping into the gaps as well, and Luban dropping into those in between the two lines. Almost got to do it, because that back four for Rochester's not coming out. So
as Lancaster lines this one up, he'll take it, and Gomez forced to come off and knock it out, as that one looked like it was headed to the back of the net had Gomez not gotten a touch on it. Of course, Louisville, fortunate that they've got both Aiden Quinn and Cameron Lancaster. Both have scored pretty spectacular free kick goals for Louisville.
Yeah, that's something that they've got to play for, and picking up those free kicks on top of the box. Why not?
That's Quinn playing that one short to Noonan, and he'll get it back. Now he's inside the box, takes a shot, another side kick, scissor kick, if you will, from a bend, and that one always wide.
Mixing it up.
So now that's a couple chances for Louisville after the Rochester goal. They've started to play a little better, connect more passes together. Yeah,
making Gomez work a little bit more now. I mean, good save there from him off the free kick. So let's just hope that they can keep this pressure up and hopefully get an equaliser.
Ball played long by Gomez. And Volesky and Dos Santos both trying to corral it. Dos Santos looks like he's got a club on one of his hands, a little cast on his arm. And
very smooth on the ball.
the ball played along the near side, too far in front for anybody to do anything with it. It's now Quinn. And he'll try and thread the needle to Montano, but his touch betrays him. And now Dos Santos. But a bend is there to disrupt it.
It's almost like a Bend and Quinn are sitting as like two defensive midfielders and allowing you know, the outside backs to get pushed on.
It's now Noonan. He'll send another cross in. Again, looking for Hoffman with that one headed out of bounds. It's another Louisville City corner kick presented by Falls City Beer.
Yeah, they're pressing, they're probing, they're moving it around a little bit better now, and they're starting to ask questions. You know, they're finding the gaps, and you know, it's only coming. This is what, like the third or fourth corner they've got now in the last couple of minutes. So plus the free kick. So playing for set plays might be something that that you can sometimes do.
As Quinn will take this one again, and Gomez coming off his line to scoop it up as he had Montano and Craig in the far post. As the Rhinos playing a long ball and nobody's there except Reynolds. And they play it all the way back to Ranjitsing. And a careless pass there, and that almost backfires for Louisville City. As really heads-up play there by Gilavogi.
Paco wasn't even,
after Craig.
yeah, Paco wasn't even ready for the ball. You know, I mean, you could see that he's not even wanting the ball yet there, but when Jitsing's give it to him early, he's not even got himself opened up facing the field of play.
As looks like we have an offside there going against the Rhinos, but yeah, Craig completely caught off guard and very fortunate. As now another dangerous ball played by Dos Santos, but Reynolds using his body to shield the defender, or excuse me, shield Volesky, getting the second goal on the night.
Yet again, it came from a bad pass that just played through from Quinn. He's just trying to, like, as you just mentioned earlier, kind of thread the ball through the eye of a needle, and it's not on. It's sometimes you just got to move the ball around. You got to just keep it, move it, almost like lull the Rhinos into thinking that you're going to play that one in, and you don't have to. So.
As again, there's a look at that, and you're right. Quinn was trying to find a hole in the defense and doesn't. And very fortunate Reynolds came back.
He's strong, as you know, as we mentioned pre-game. He's big to have back for the for Louisville City tonight. I mean, he's missed when you can defend in one-on-one situations like that. It's big time.
Well, particularly with what they really missed was his speed, an ability to recover. He can take a chance at a ball and come back and still disrupt a play. Actually, the Orlando City game, his one-on-one defense was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He stopped a number of chances against a much bigger and faster attacking player. As we're in the 29th minute here, Rochester still up 1-0 over Louisville City. As Louisville City keeps probing, keeps finding chances. Montano, if he can keep it in, and he does.
He didn't quite.
As the side official saying that one went out of bounds, so we'll have a goal kick. But
Louisville City just need to be a bit. Guy Bend and Aiden Quinn, they just need to take a little bit more time with their passes. As I mentioned, it's almost like they've got too much time in that midfield. And sometimes when you got too much time, you think too much. And when you think too much as a player, it can cause problems. Keep it simple game. Keep the ball moving. You know, I mean, James has said that to his players. You know, he's told them that they've got to control what they can control. And when you got the ball, you control the tempo, and you don't have to force it. So.
As Dos Santos tried to backheel passes, Craig is there to disrupt it. Now Quinn will switch fields all the way over to Noonan. And Louisville City centering it to a bend before playing it back out to the far side. dangerous pass there into Lancaster. He controls it, and they'll play it back. And Quinn, that ball getting away from him.
He's forcing it now. He's just looking for that one. He's looking for that perfect ball. And you just got to take, you know, and you just basically got to just, after you've made a bad pass, make the next one simple.
Looks like at times maybe Quinn trying to force the issue. We'll have a foul there going against Lubon. It's a little too physical on the challenge. Another deep ball played, but Reynolds is there to head it out. And Noonan trying to flick it on to Hoffman. Louisville City will hold on to the ball here. Going to throw in. So now a bend. Louisville City working out of the backfield again. And Volesky trying to pounce as Craig was getting a little careless with the ball there.
Confident, but
Exactly. There's now a bend. He plays it up, and he's got Lubin. Lubin surrounded, plays it back to Noonan. And the good defensive positioning by the Rhinos, forcing Louisville City to reset the attack again.
yeah, this is where they're going to be difficult. This is where they're just going to like say, okay, come and break us down.
And this is what Rochester did last year, where they led the world in 1-0 games.
Yeah, they don't. They're just a blue collar team, and not just meaning that in a bad way. I mean, they're not. They are very, very good at what they do.
As a ball played in there, Lubin, and Lancaster was there, not quick enough to react to pounce on it, and that one sent. I guess you have a whistle there going against Louisville City.
You know, when Rhinos do get a goal, like they've got early in this game, obviously they got the one in like the 13th minute, they make themselves harder to beat, and they are extremely, extremely difficult to break down. And I think what Quinn and a Bend have got to do is try and find Lubin and Lancaster and Dacus in those gaps. They've got to come off those players and try and find in those holes there, because that's where they're not going to come out. They're very disciplined. They sit and they basically say, okay, what do you got? Come and break us down. And you know, that's where the Louisville kind of front four, front three, if you want to say, those three attacking midfielders have got to do a little bit more like he's done there. He's finding those gaps.
There's a Ben playing that to Dakers off of an errant pass from the Rhinos. And Lubin will lose it here, but they'll hold on to the balls. They'll have a throw-in.
Yeah, I think Dakers and Lubin are probably going to be the keys to unlock them. They've got to find those holes, as I just mentioned. They've got to get in there and where they can turn and get at the defenders.
As Lancaster, a poor throw in there, and a Ben taken down, and he'll earn himself a foul. As Louisville City will have a free kick and maybe another chance. As again, there's Lancaster was racing onto it. That throwing way too far in front of him.
Yeah. Probably need to be Usain Bolt to get onto that one, even though he was beaten today, right? So.
Yeah, we did see that
yeah,
story.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I still don't believe it. Looks like we got Lancaster and Quinn lining this one up. Quinn, the man to take it. Again, can't do much with that free kick there. Quinn crashing in. And Louisville City will maybe try and hold on the ball as Lancaster coming way backfield in the midfield, played all the way to Randy Jitzing. Again, Louisville will be forced to build up another attack. Once again, the Rhinos not giving too many holes for the Louisville City players to find.
No, it's going to be, you can have the ball there. We don't care. You're not going to hurt us.
Yeah, you can lead the world in possession, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. As now maybe a chance, but again, that ball played too far ahead as Lancaster had the opening and the hole was there.
But that's the one that got to look for. It'll come. You got to probe. You got to look for that one, and then it comes about the timing of the run and the weight of the pass, and you only need one or two. Well, you only need one really, don't you? At the end, if you get in. So it's patient. That's what, and I think that's what a Bend and Quinn have got to do a little bit more. Is eventually You can't sit there with the ball. Take it forward, travel with it a little bit, and try and bring them out a bit more.
So we'll get a throw in here. That one going the way of the Rhinos. Of course, you can follow the USL a couple different ways on social media, including Facebook. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive news and interactive content. And of course, you can also follow them at USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the 2016 USL season. Of course, during that, the Rhinos had a chance with Dos Santos. That ball played out of bounds. The Rhinos will be the beneficiary of a corner kick try here. Again, Ranjinsing forced to change the top of his jersey as he came out wearing yellow.
Yeah, wasn't quite in tune there with Craig on that. As Craig wanted to play him that ball back, I think Ranjinsing should have probably given him a better angle to play that one back to him.
As Forbes will be the man to take this for the Rhinos. And he sends that ball in. Ranjinsing comes up and punches it out. And Montano will get a touch on it and will look to clear it as he tried to get it up to Dakers. And Quinn, a nice pass to Montano. I'll get another throw in here.
I think you can almost see James there on the sideline, encourage him to play that one forward quicker. You got to catch them. If you catch them before they can get themselves.
And another careless pass here for Louisville might lead to a chance for the Rhinos. As a Bend forced to play some defense, a cross sent in, but Ranjinsing is there, and as Dos Santos started to close. And that's a problem that plagued Louisville a lot last season. A lot of careless passing in the backfield led to goals and chances for the opposing teams. As Dakers now dancing with the ball, takes the shot, and that one was always wide.
Yeah, going back to your first point there that you made, you've got to just be secure in your passing as you're playing out. But as you can see in this replay here, that's where he's dangerous. Dakers has got to get into those gaps. They don't want to pick him up, and when he turns and he faces you, he's direct. He's going to go at you, and he's either going to create something by having a shot, or he's like we saw a few minutes ago, he's going to win that free kick for you.
Of course, Lancaster's there off the Dakers header challenge, if you will. Again, that ball played up as Dos Santos slides on the turf. And Montano passing that to nobody except the Rhinos. Dakers looking to pounce off the mistake by the Rhinos, and he plays it over to Lubin. Lubin, he's taken down in the box.
Ooh.
No call there. You can hear the Louisville City fans letting the referee have it.
Ooh, that's a tough one there. I don't know. It's like Lubin's in. He's hesitating, as you can see here. That's a penalty for me. That's a penalty.
It's a missed call. He didn't get any of the ball.
That's a penalty.
And again, the story for Louisville City, a couple of huge calls have not gone Louisville's way. And James O'Connor had that infamous rant.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that one. I think the Irish Red Mist may come over to the fourth official there and let him have it.
As Montano playing it up, looking for Hoffman. But again, good Lord, a nice little shoulder charge knocking Hoffman over.
But it's things like that, like the penalty call there, when they're not going your way, you start questioning yourself. You start wondering, what have we got to do? What have we got to do as a team to get us over this stumbling block, get us over this hurdle of getting back on a winning track? You know, you sometimes your 12th man, your substitute is luck, and you need it.
As we'll have a yellow card here as Lancaster took a shot to the face. That one going against the Rhinos. So again, we'll take another look at that here.
No intentions to play the ball there at all.
As that yellow card will go against number 17, Wall Fall of the Rhinos.
The referee has shown a Chevy yellow card.
Again, as you were mentioned just a minute ago, it's the appearance of if the calls aren't going your way, it seems like nothing is going your way.
Yeah.
And it starts to play, psychologically starts to mess with the team's psyche.
Of course
the
it
team
does.
confidence,
Yep.
if you will.
Yeah, and you need one. You need a little bit of luck.
As Quinn plays that ball in, Gomez comes off his line, punching it out. As again, Louisville City will hold on to the ball, but all the Rhino players right now behind midfield. As Craig trying to chest it in.
I don't think he realised how much time he had.
Could have settled and taken a shot.
Yeah. That's a centre back in a centre forward's position for you, though.
It's now Montano with the throw in, and he'll play it back to Quinn. Quinn, again, trying to get a little too fancy as Dos Santos breaks it up. But fortunately for Louisville, they recovered well and prevent any type of counterattack.
Got the throw in from it, too.
Well, there's a look at O'Connor again. Probably still letting the refs have it.
I'm not so sure if he's obviously. I'm sure he's letting the refs have it, but he's obviously not very happy with his team there. I think, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what his what he wants from his midfielders there in the half time.
As Montano was trying to get that up to Dakers, again broken up by the Rhinos. Dos Santos. And now Ben coming in with a perfect slide tackle to get back possession. And again, the pass broken up by the Rhinos again.
Yeah, you can see a Ben there. He's complaining to his forwards that the movement from them is not there enough. And like we said, they need that. The midfielders need the movement. So sometimes you look at the midfielders are always giving the ball away. They're losing possession. But it's are the players up front moving for them? Are they moving into areas where they can actually get a pass, or are they just trying to post up? And against a team like Rhinos, if you're just trying to post up, they're going to make it physical, and it's not a pass that the midfielders probably want to play into you.
And Reynolds now back to Craig, and he'll keep it along this near side up to Montano. Played all the way back to Reynolds. And a look to Switchfields. He tries to find a hole again. The Rhinos pouncing as that pass telegraphed.
Lubin's waiting for that one, though. He's waiting for that one to come into. If he'd taken like 2 steps to that ball, that would have been a great ball in from Reynolds. If he comes and receives it, then that's where, as I keep saying, that the defenders don't want to come and find you.
Again, exactly you say, he's got to come to the ball, not just expect the ball to get to him.
Yeah.
He's got to help out Abend and Quinn a little bit.
Sure.
As Dakers coming back to help on the defensive end, and there talk about a mismatch in size as Dos Santos towers over Dakers. As Montano playing it up to Hoffman. He does well to hold on to it. Get it back to the middle of the field to Quinn. And they'll switch fields again. Over to Newnham. And again, he was trying to find a Lancaster. And Louisville will hold on to the ball, but again, another pass broken up by the Rhinos.
Another misplaced pass from Quinn.
As Craig, a little careless there on the touch. Not sure he saw Volesky, but bailed out by Montano there. So that ball played out of bounds. Be a throw in to the Rhinos.
I know yesterday in his pre-game conference, James was talking about fatigue starting to set in with the players, and specifically Smith, who's not starting tonight.
Well, he leads the team in minutes this year. And
he's
played a lot of them.
Yeah, and he calls him a young lad, and I guess young in this league. Yes, I mean I hate to use the terms young, and I know he's a local boy and played at Transy, but he's you're almost looking at Quinn here tonight, and he looks tired. He looks like he's
Forbes somehow getting that cross in. Rand Jensen coming on his line. He's down. Got back up his feet. As Louisville fortunate there as Luban. And Louisville City getting the counter start as there's Newnham. A nice little hesitation. And again, can't quite play it to Luban, who was there, but credit the Rhinos for closing down that gap.
Yeah, credit, but Newman had the space to go into. He could have gone.
Once again, here's another look at that as Forbes, I don't know how he kept that one in and made a dangerous cross. rather incredible is now Luban. Again, no angle there to get that to Lancaster, but nonetheless he tried it. Now a bend. Looking to switch fields. Broken up by Gilavogi.
The clock is stopped at 45 minutes and official time is being kept to the
We'll
field.
have 2 minutes of extra time here.
2 minutes of extra time.
Louisville City still down 1-0. Looks like they'll be heading into the locker room that way. So now Lancaster, he'll try a shot. Couldn't quite get a lot on it and was off target.
You almost saw that from Quinn. I know I've kind of been a bit hard on him this first half, but it's almost the unexpected pass and using the outside of his foot there that kind of worked for him there. He played it quicker, moved it a little bit quicker. He didn't quite have the time. You know, he's been shut down.
Quinn with a nice pass, and again, he just turned and shot it, which honestly, that's what Louisville needs right now, just opportunities. Is now maybe the Rhinos with another chance to shot, but Rand Jensen comes up with the save. Fully stretched out, as it looks like he might have guessed wrong.
Yeah, his feet almost was like he was going the wrong way. He did well to readjust himself and go back towards his right.
Again, that's Greg Ranjitsing. I guess he was using all 6'2" of his frame to get his hands on that ball. Got probably about a minute left here to go. It's now Quinn. So play it over to Craig. And Craig try to get up to Hoffman. A little too much pace. Hoffman unable to control it. And now maybe a counter. As another ball there, but the flag is up. Very fortunate for Louisville City as Dos Santos, that ball bouncing back off the Louisville City defender, went right back to his feet. So again, we're getting a look at that there. Went right off of Quinn.
It may be close, but you only need that. Need the look on the other side as well. I've got a little bit of luck there, but it's. If I think back throughout this first half, I think that Hoffman's name's not being mentioned enough. We're not seeing Hoffman enough on the ball, and I think that's something that we're certainly going to need to see this second half. Is you want him on the ball. You want him on the ball in dangerous areas where he's going to get opportunities to at least test Gomez in the Rhinos. That can settle the boat. That can settle things down. Does that help? Yes. Is it a big problem that I would say that's led to this? No, but I think it's something which needs to be fixed very, very soon, because this running's not an easy one. This obviously tonight's game's difficult, and then Red Bulls is the next fixture.
As we have a whistle early going against the Rhinos, will be a Louisville City ball here off the restart. As things going underway, Louisville City again in the home purple, going from left to right, and the Rhinos in the Brazilian yellow and green, if you will, going from right to left. And right away, a deep ball looking for Volesky, the goal scorer. Unfortunately, Louisville City breaking it up, but we'll stay with the Rhinos. They'll get a throw in here.
It looks like Rhinos are just setting up the same as they did in the first half. Volesky playing high, Dos Santos almost sitting in, playing in like that number 10 position, and feeding balls through to him.
As Volesky will be whistled for the foul there, as he just clearly knocked over Noonan, gave him a nice little arm bar. That ball played to the far side, as that's Lubin, and he finds Hoffman, again, a guy we didn't call a lot in the first half, didn't get too many touches. Trying to play it to Montanone, and he loses control, but he was also fouled. So Louisville City will get a free kick very early in the second half.
And I think this is an area where they might actually cause some problems. I think they've got into these areas. They've got the corners, and they've got the free kick in the first half in a similar situation, which they certainly made Gomez work.
As here's Lancaster and Quinn lining this one up, and Lancaster again will be the one to take it again. He bends it in, but Gomez is there with the save. As Lancaster making him work once again.
Makes him work. He should be collecting those ones, though. I mean, it's straight down his throat, so he should be bread and butter for him, really.
He's going to want another angle of that. And Gomez is right there, no trouble at all for him. But at least Lancaster for Louisville City is making the keeper work, which has got to be something O'Connor's wanting to happen.
Sure, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make the keeper do his job.
And here's Dos Santos. And that ball falls back to Forbes, and he plays it out wide. The cross, but Ranjitsingh is there. And maybe more of a shot there, but Volesky was right there. If he'd actually played that low, Volesky could have turned his man and maybe had a better chance on frame.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ranjitsing's positioning was good. I mean, he's got to make sure that he's got the shot and the cross covered, so credit to the keeper.
As we'll have another whistle here. That one going against the Rhinos again. As there's another look at that. Again, it was Forbes. A nice ball played out wide on the one-touch shot from Garzi. And during that, we have Dakers going down. We'll have another foul going against the Rhinos as Dakers holding the side of his head as he's a little slow to get up. And they take it very quickly. And that one going out wide. And now we have
the referee's not going to allow that one. He wasn't ready. But for me, I think that's what they've got to do. They've got to play a little quicker. Louisville City, they've got to pick up the tempo. I mean, we don't want that to be the same story for them as it was in the first half. I mean, Rhinos have certainly come out with the same game plan. Louisville have to change it. It wasn't successful in the first half, so it has to be a change.
As O'Connor was barking up some last-minute orders, and both Quinn and Lancaster faking the shot sent in and headed out of bounds. Will be a corner kick going to Louisville City.
It's a good ball in. I mean, you've got to, for me, you've got to attack that. You've got to have someone on the forwards on the forward line being more determined to put their head on that.
As Quinn plays it low to Noonan, and he'll get it right back. And that play broken up as Quinn not quick enough to the ball. As a wasted corner kick chance for Louisville City. Noonan sends the cross in. Lancaster gets a head on it. And then it finds Hoffman and it ends up over the frame. As that was perhaps the closest chance for Louisville City.
I mean, that's very similar to just that play that was played earlier there. What they've got. Just needs the slightest of touches. Oh, he wants that one back. You know he does. All he has to do, just a little touch in, head it down, and that's an equalising goal.
As Lancaster got that first touch on it, and it was actually Paco Craig that got that header on it.
Yeah. But
pushing it just over the bars. He couldn't quite get over it. As now, again, maybe the Rhinos an opportunity here to get a second goal. But Guy Ben and Louisville doing well to break it up. And he plays it up, and Lancaster's there, but again, too much pace.
You can almost see, though, the tempo's picked up. You saw a guy there. He's ready. He's come out a little bit more now. It's okay. We're going to go. We're going to attack.
Louisville definitely coming out much better at the start of this half than they did the first.
You can't sit and let the Rhinos get sat back in, and because then that's when they do become difficult to beat. And Bob Lilly's been around in this league. Well, before you and I was even on this planet, probably, but well, definitely you, probably, but I mean, he knows the game. He knows what he's doing. So,
Dakers with a nice nutmeg there, but an interesting play there. I thought that one went off of Louisville City there. Maybe a little lucky there.
Well, like I said in the first half, sometimes you need luck, and then that's the Rhinos back line here. They're starting to get a little agitated. That's the second time they've run across to the young assistant female referee here.
As Quinn's corner headed out, and that shot, and that one going over from Luban, as it was another Louisville City kick presented by Falls City Beer. But Louisville City definitely the aggressor in the early going of the second half.
Need to be. I mean, and actually it's interesting because Rhinos have conceded more goals in the second half this season than they have in the first. So
there again, another look as Luban getting a foot on it. That one not really challenging the keeper. So never had a chance. And now Ranjitsingh may be a change, a new man. He's got a whole different kit on for the start of the second half. Here's Quinn. They They play it out wide, and Craig and Rochester almost pouncing on it. And again, a careless passing and not being aware of where you are in the field, leading to some chances for the Rhinos.
Yeah, it is. It's a careless pass, but just as I mentioned earlier, Montero hasn't dropped back to receive that ball, and there's a lot of the times that the player that's on the ball trying to pass it is the one that gets the blame for it.
As Dos Santos finds Volesky off of a pretty impressive ball, playing it high up, but Volesky's shot nowhere close to frame.
That'd have been impressive if he could have got that one in. But as I was saying there earlier, there, Jim, it's often the player that's passing the ball who makes the mistake, but it's the receiving player who's not checking back to receive it in a better angle. And I think you saw there where Montero is standing and waiting.
There's Quinn. And he'll look to switch fields to Noonan, who comes back to retrieve it. And his pass broken up as he was trying to find Dakers. And Paco Craig stepping in to win that one for Louisville. And they'll play it out wide to Lubin. Lubin's pass broken up again by the Rhinos.
Lubin was too slow with his decision making, though. It was there for him to go.
And the race was on initially, but Quinn doing well along with Craig to stop that chance.
Quinn and a bend, they look a little bit better this second half. Look like they've come out a little bit more ready to play. You can see, look at it, you know, in the first half. Obviously, I've just
a little fortunate there to find Hoffman.
Yeah. In the first half, there was spraying passes around from in their own half. You can see here they're already now at least higher up.
As Montenot losing the ball to James, and James looking to get the counter started for the Rhinos. He sends it into Volesky. On that one, not really able to register a shot there. Is Rand Ginsing doing really well to come off his line.
Yeah.
And shield the ball away as it goes out for the goal kick.
Volesky does. He runs that back line very well. He holds on the shoulder there.
As Lancaster playing with the ball, trying to get up to Lubin, but they'll get a corner kick out of it. As it's another Louisville City corner kick presented by Falls City Beer. In the 10th minute here of the second half, the 55th minute. And Louisville City keeping a majority of the chances on this end of the field. Really a stark contrast from the first half.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what they've got to keep doing. I mean, they've got to come out and ask the questions. You can't give the Rhinos that time.
As Noonan plays it short again, and he'll get it back, sends the cross in. And that one nowhere near any Louisville City player. A beautiful ball played back to Gilavogi. Louisville City, fortunately, has Dakers. Looks like he pushed his man down, but no whistle there as Forbes now on the ball. Dakers coming back to help on the defensive side. Now Reynolds. And a bend plays it up to Lancaster. Lancaster's got a couple options now. He'll hold on to the ball, and he's surrounded, kind of forcing his hand. A nice attempt there, but better defense by Vasilis, not making that possible for Lancaster. So he had two guys to beat there.
Good defending, but again, you saw there from a bend is an earlier ball that's getting played in, and that's what I'm sure that's what James has asked from them at halftime. Get it played up quicker.
Now it looks like we'll have a couple of changes. It looks like Magnus Rasmussen and Paulo Del Piccolo will look to check in at the next opportunity for Louisville City. And you got to think Aiden Quinn's going to be coming out for Del Piccolo.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Del Piccolo was named man of the match on Wednesday night, so...
As there's Quinn, he sends a nice ball switching fields to Noonan, who's able to keep it in. Noonan playing it back to Abend, who sends the cross in. The dummy, Lancaster. Oh, can't quite do anything. Excuse me, that Lubin there.
Lubin wasn't expecting that. You know, he wasn't quite ready, but you got to be as when you're in those situations.
As Gilavogi, and now a chance here for the Rhinos. And Dakers coming back again to help on defense. Reynolds pouncing in at the shot, but Paco Craig is there. That ball played up to Hoffman, can't control it. And then we'll have a whistle and a foul there going against Lancaster. There's another look at there as Hoffman kind of dumbing it there.
Yeah, you can see Lubin's not expecting it, and he didn't really need to take the touch to come inside. He should have just gone straight to goal.
And again, we'll have a couple changes here for Louisville City as it looks like Lubon's night is done. Looks like he'll be replaced by Magnus Rasmussen. And there's the foul, and they're slow to get up.
I'm sure Lubin would like to have been leaving the field to scoring the equalising goal.
And there's Aiden Quinn, and he's replaced with Paulo Del Piccolo. And Del Piccolo will get the captain's band. It'll be interesting to see how that changes the dynamic of the attack, as Del Piccolo really good in possession at keeping the ball for Louisville City.
Yeah, Quinn just had a bad night. I mean, he's end of story. He just had a bad night, as we've been mentioning in there, that he'll know it. He knows that he's had a bad night. You know as a player when you're not connecting passes, and that's your job as a centre midfielder. You got to connect those passes. So
we also have a change for the Rhinos. It looks like number 29, Sofiane Turgot, coming on, and he replaced number 6, Mikel Gilovigi. Excuse me, completely butched that. Is that Gilovogi, excuse me, as the ball played in off the set piece. Headed out and will be a corner kick going the way of the Rhinos. So we're in the 60th minute here. Louisville City still down 1-0 to Rochester. Of course, the last score you checked at FC Cincinnati, they're currently down as well to Richmond.
1-0 down to Richmond. The last time I checked, it was the 63rd minute in that game there. So, obviously, if that score stays the same, Richmond would leapfrog them.
As that ball played in off the corner, and Ranginting with the Superman punch. Getting it out and off the quick throw-in. That called back.
Hey, you got to try it.
As actually will be Rhino's ball. But again, love the idea and love the effort.
You got to try it. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right?
that's what they tell me.
Yeah.
Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. And play will finally resume, as I believe the ball boy getting a round of applause for retrieving the ball off the pitch. Rhinos will be unable to keep this ball in, and so it'll go back to Louisville City. And Noonan will play it all the way back to Reynolds. And now up to a bend. Keep it along this near side. A nice one-touch from Noonan, was looking for Rasmussen. Del Piccolo, the challenge, will get it back for Louisville City.
It's almost hesitant there. He's worried that the ref was going to call it.
And now crossing in from the far side. Lancaster settles, but can't quite get it on frame as that one going over. But it looks like it took a deflection, and the ref will be awarding a corner kick to Louisville City, as it's another Louisville City corner kick presented by Falls City Beer.
I think Lancaster's certainly looked like he's more likely to get one than what Hoffman has. He's found the gaps a little bit better. He's found those holes.
Apostolopoulos was there.
I'm glad you said that name and not me, because I was about to try it.
As the cross sent in, and Noonan will get it right back. Maybe another chance. He sends it in. Again, headed out, but it falls back to Rasmussen. He settles. Took too much time maybe there. Could have gotten a shot off. Now over to Dakers. He'll just chip it up. It's anybody's ball. Lancaster's there. excuse me, that was Hoffman that was right there. Del Piccolo also in the area, but Gomez doing well to go after the ball.
Yeah, I think Rasmussen should have just probably put that one back in instead of like spraying it out there to try and maintain possession. Keep the pressure on them in the box there.
That's a dangerous ball there as Dos Santos was in the area. And Craig playing it back. And Rand Ginsing's clearance will go out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Rhinos.
I think the longer, obviously, this game stays this way, the Rhinos are obviously going to be happier. They're going to try and take the pace out of the game, and I think it's very important that Louisville City keep the foot on the gas.
And unless I'm crazy, I'm not. I was just missing the name, but that was Camden with the ball. All right. And there's a cross and in, and Montano will head it out, and we'll again stay with the Rhinos. We'll get a corner kick here. Excuse me. It will indeed get that corner kick. As the Rhinos again not looking to rush this one here.
Nah, they're gonna start ticking the clock down. You hate to see that this early in the game, but hey, it's gamemanship, I guess, if that's what you want to call it.
As Forbes sends this one up, it's anybody's ball. Apostolopoulos was there, and Montano will clear it, looking to try and get the counter started, and can't quite connect the pass to one of those forward players for Louisville City. It's now Del Piccolo, and he'll play it back to Montano. Now over to a bend, and to Lancaster, who has a bit of space, but he's being closed down. Nice move there, a nice pass to Rasmussen, a nice couple of moves. Rasmussen now playing it wide to Noonan. He'll send the ball in, and that one just wide from Hoffman.
I'd almost thought Rasmussen had done too much then. He looked like it was waiting. He did well. He did well, obviously, to find the ball out wide. It's a great ball in. That's a difficult one to defend against, and as you can see, I think that's where the space is. They've got to get it out wide. But I thought the opportunity's going to come.
As they certainly have started to come in the second half much more frequently than in the first half. Around the 65th minute here, and Reynolds losing the ball here, and Dos Santos, and a little miscommunication there, and very fortunate for Louisville City.
Yeah, Lancaster's actually started to get himself a little bit busier as well. I mean, going back to that last play there, he started it off and almost got on the end of the cross there, so he's finding those gaps.
As a bend, playing it out wide to Rasmussen, who's already had an impact on the second half.
Yes, he has, yep.
Del Piccolo, he's able to keep it, but not for long, and now the Rhinos, maybe a chance to get a counter started. Louisville City breaking it up, as there's Lancaster doing really well to hold on to possession. Now plays it out wide. A Rhinos player slipping, but excellent recovery to get back on his feet, as Montano had a chance to take it to the end line and get a cross in. Instead they'll get just a throw in here as Dakers somehow keeping it in, and that ball will go out of bounds back to the Rhinos. Okay, we'll stay here with Louisville City, I stand corrected. It's now Montano will get this throw in here. Nice combination. Dakers taken down.
Another suspicious.
And no whistle again.
No whistle there at all. And he's looking for it. I mean, he's obviously, he's felt some pressure coming in from the defender. And whether the referee there thinks he's just playing for it or not, I'm not sure. But
we'll get another look here. And again, he missed the ball.
Yeah, you see, Dakers got the touch. Dakers got the touch to get it away from him.
Again, another missed call from the ref. Now, of course, that position would be tough for Louisville City to do much from that angle.
Well,
again,
it would, but
it takes away a chance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the opportunity's there.
As Lancaster, he'll take the shot, and Gomez with the save. As there's a Rhinos player down, and
Guy seems a little bit concerned about him there. I mean,
As when Lancaster got the ball, it looks like his arm might have swung back. And he is going to receive some attention there.
Looks like it's the guy that came on.
So we're going to get another look at that here. Is that play starting with Craig?
That's
Oh, he took an elbow right to the face from Lancaster, and he'll be feeling that one for a while. As that Turgot.
Yeah.
Going to welcome into the game, I guess. My goodness.
You know what, though? I mean, you know, it's Lancaster's used his body well there. I mean, yeah, it's an intentional one. I mean, you know, the Santos is talking to the officials there. The Rhinos guys are trying to say that he did it on purpose. I think Lancaster's just made himself big and make sure that he got his body in between the defender and the ball.
And at the moment, no decision yet from the ref.
I think he's going to keep his cards in his pocket. But we've seen referees change their minds and be talked into giving cards, which I don't like to see. It's not part of the game. It's not right.
Well, of course, this is maybe an opportunity to bring up. You know, the Red Bulls 2 are beneficiaries of the last 5 games of their season, home games. They will have the use of video replay. So they'll have an assistant referee with the video, and they'll get access to it. And we already saw it play last night.
It was an interesting play. I mean, it's got to be called by the referee to start off with, so that the call has to be made. The referee made the call last night. Wasn't going to send off the Orlando City player. Reviewed it, and well, it was actually reviewed it because the Orlando City player talked himself into getting the red card himself. So, yeah, I mean, I know that Louisville City will be up there and next week, and obviously be using the video replay too.
As Lancaster heading it up to Hoffman. Hoffman trying to hold on to the ball, and he'll also draw a foul there, as he did well to use his body and post up the defender to wait for some support, if you will.
He did. He's almost being isolated because Lancaster's worked so hard tonight for me to try and just to try and make something happen. He's almost not stopped, but in some other aspects, it's almost left Hoffman isolated on his own.
Lancaster and Del Piccolo standing over this one. We're in the 70th minute here. Rochester still up 1-0.
It's the Rochester famous 1-0, almost like the famous Arsenal 1-0. So,
oh yeah.
Sorry to the Gunners fans out there.
As Del Piccolo, and again another fake. As Del Piccolo takes that one, doesn't get a lot on it. Falls back to Noonan now, and he'll send that ball right back in. Gomez coming off his line.
Didn't look too confident when he first started to come for that. It looked like it was hanging, and but he claimed it.
As Reynolds was also closing in, it looks like he got him on the way back.
Yeah. Reynolds is a big boy. He's
now Del Piccolo back to Noonan, and then pressured immediately. Del Piccolo does get it up to Lancaster. A nice move there, and we'll have another whistle and a foul going against Apostolopoulos.
Looks like he's just getting revenge on the protecting his teammate from the earlier situation.
Once again, that elbow going right about Cameron's neck there, and we'll get a yellow card for that.
Yeah. Which almost shows that he did intend to do that one. It's the referee did pull out the cards on that one, and unlike the one earlier on Lancaster, I think he was just unaware of where the defender was.
And Del Piccolo plays an interesting ball there, played it in low. Not causing much issues for the Rhinos, although Lancaster guiding that one out of bounds, so it'll stay with Louisville City. And Del Piccolo doing well actually to knock that second ball off and keep the play going, as Noonan can't save it, and that one will go out the way of the Rhinos. as Dos Santos plays a long ball. Noonan shielding his man out, using his body, and now they've fallen over each other. And Noonan giving the nice pat on the back, no harm, no foul.
It was always going to be physical between these two. I mean, it's do you have that little, even though it's a early history, they have it, you know, from last year's final. You know, it's
and the Rhinos looking to pounce again after a bad pass. Well, can't connect it as Rand Ginseng was there to scoop it up. And he'll play it quickly out to the side. Del Piccolo. Now a bend up to Dakers. Dakers, a nice ball played in, the cross. As Hoffman's header, or excuse me, cross was met by Apostolopoulos. That name's really fun to say, folks, let me tell you. And Dakers, with the extra effort, trying to disrupt the play, and it's paid off as he'll get the ball back for Louisville City with the throw in here.
be interesting to see if Louisville's going to keep Davis on the bench here, if they're going to bring him on. Obviously, he's done well in the games that he's played this season. I had the privilege and honour of coaching George for one season, and he's a hard worker. He's going to get, but I think he's going to be that type of player that's going to find those situations and turn and get at the Rhinos players, and as they tire here in the hopefully in the last 15 minutes.
Of course, Davis, a very similar play type to Dakers, as they're both good at getting the ball turning and just ripping a shot by going back into the middle.
Yep.
Which Louisville started to do a little more this second half, but really for the majority of the game have not been
sure.
doing
And that would be the obvious change if James decides to go to the bench and bring on George.
As well, a foul there. It looks like going against Lancaster. So the Rhinos will get a chance here with a free kick. 75th minute here, Louisville City still down 1-0 to the Rhinos. As Louisville City second place in the standings because the Red Bulls won last night, but a win here would put them back a point ahead of the Red Bulls, and of course a loss would put them behind the Red Bulls, keep them behind.
And next game to play them.
And that corner sent in, Dos Santos heads it down. But the flag is up from the ref. Well, the ref hasn't called it yet, but there is the whistle. As the side ref calling offside. So we'll get another look at it here. It was an excellent free kick.
And this was a threat that they was aware of.
As Hoffman doing well here as the play resumes. And again, can't put it on frame. But my goodness, Hoffman. And that his first
time
real chance.
Yeah, it is. And when you're talking about that, almost he's heading for the golden boot, and it's his first chance in the 75th minute.
And he did really well to get inside his defender.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the slip helped him. The defender's slip there helped him be able to get in.
And Louisville City will make a change here, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe number 9, Cameron Lancaster, his night is done, and I thought he played really well.
I did. I thought he ran himself into the ground against.
A chance here for the Rhinos, though. Dangerous, but a poor play there. And Louisville City bailed out as coming on for Lancaster's number 14, Ilya Illich. There's a look at Lancaster, and you're right, he played a tremendous game tonight.
Yeah.
He really gave it his all. As a player that typically hasn't started, he's more been a substitute to come off and give Louisville City a different look, because he is a different striker than Hoffman. He is.
He's kind of this player though that they needed in tonight's game. He's not going to he's going to work, and then he is that hard-nosed player. So I think that they did right by starting him. I don't know. If he got what he deserved, but sometimes you got to take those chances.
And we got a substitute also for the Rhinos, as number 3, Bradley Camden, his night is done. And he'll be replaced by number 21, Dominic Samuel. As Louisville City will await the player to come on the field and wait for the whistle as they look to take the free kick.
Can only presume he's injured.
And
That's interesting as a straight swap there at this time of the game. It's not like they're putting on a player to protect the lead.
as Del Piccolo Noonan will have to take the free kick again, as the ref hadn't blown the whistle yet, and there it is. As Noonan again will take it. That ball sent in. Gomez saves it. Again, Craig's got to be careful there. It looks like he got a hand in late, and looks like he pulled Gomez down. But again, Gomez standing strong for the Rhinos. As Rasmussen, excellent job in pursuit to get the ball back. And a Ben losing it though. Rasmussen tried to win it back. Daker's now coming back to help as well. And the Rhinos will switch fields now all the way on the far side. Ball goes out of bounds. The Rhinos player down on the field.
Amazing.
Let's here's another look at that again. Gomez did scoop it up, and looks like Craig's trailing hand.
Just
Got a little
making
touch.
sure. Just making sure.
There's that player a little gimpy there, but it looks like he'll run it off.
It's almost now like the Rhinos have almost just said, okay, we're going to take seconds off where we can.
And I don't blame him right now with the way this game, as the flag goes up for offside. It'll be a Louisville City ball again.
Well, you can't blame them. I mean, that is what the game is. But you know, we're not certainly going to get in here to the whole Hope Solo conversation about saying that they're cowards. It's part of the game. It is. That's what it's about. That's coaching. You got to work it out.
It's strategy, and if it gives you the win, you do it. As
Yeah.
Hoffman got a touch on it, trying to control it. And again, that'll be a goal kick going to the Rhinos. Of course, become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive news and interactive content. And follow at USL on Twitter to keep up with all of the live action during the 2016 USL season. And of course, the attendance, 6,373 tonight on this Saturday night. That header, ooh, Noonan heading it back to Ranjitsing, and Volesky was there. He was close.
It did, but that's a striker. You know, he fox in the box. He knows where he's going to go. So, but Ranjitsing was comfortable enough.
There's that ball, a little back and forth play there as Volesky will look to hold it. A nice back heel pass, but Reynolds was right there on his defender. Rasmussen wins it and plays it back to Reynolds very quickly to Ben, doing well to hold on to it. Now Dakers, and he'll look to control, and he's being chased down from behind. Still holds on to it. Nice give and go passing as Rasmussen now. And his cross immediately knocked out of bounds. And off the quick throw in, the cross, Hoffman's there, can't get it to him. Dakers lurking though. Dakers will make the move to the middle. His play broken up though. A nice play by Craig to break up the counter.
I'm not sure that Volesky thinks he broke up the counter off. I think he's expecting a little bit more from the official there.
And the ref will stop it here as Volesky's slow to get up. There's Louisville City fans not happy there.
Yeah, this is what we were just talking about. They're just slowing it down now.
There's another look at it. We'll get slow motion, and I'm not sure Craig touched him at all there on that angle. Tough to see again from that distance, but it looks
If he did, he obviously, you know, obviously Volesky's feeling it. That could have been where Craig's come in and just caught him on his toe end, and as he's put his foot down, and that's painful.
As he is still a little slow, we'll get another angle at that, and it looks like he may from that angle maybe did clip him a little bit. But again, Volesky did a nice job of selling a little bit, and he's still a little slow. And again, he's certainly not looking to get off the field in a hurry.
No. And this gets frustrating. This gets frustrating for the fans. It gets frustrating as you can hear the fans starting to get a little frustrated with it as well now anyway.
As he's still on the field, hasn't come off yet, and Louisville City went ahead and restarted it. As Newnham stepping in, and Rasmussen's there, but again, that attack broken up. Rochester right now down a man until Volesky's allowed to return. Del Piccolo up to Dakers, to Illick, but he can't get the touch on it, but Dakers is fouled, and Louisville City will have another free kick.
This is a good area.
And we have a yellow card as well. I'm not sure who that went on though. Maybe in a replay.
The referee has issued a Chevy yellow card to Rochester's number 15, Joe Farrell.
As that is number 15, Joe Farrell, getting himself a yellow card for the Rhinos. Again, both Newnham and Del Piccolo standing up. This one, we have another yellow card here.
Yeah, Newman's placed the ball.
And not sure who that second one went on. We'll wait to get word on that a little.
Rasmussen's making sure that the officials added the time on. I think Newman's gonna have a crack here.
As Del Piccolo and Louisville City asking the line to get 10 yards back. It's both Newnham and Del Piccolo lined up over this one. Newnham takes it, the shot off the post, the deflection, and that one went in. Louisville City with the equalizer here. 1-1 in the 85th minute. What a tremendous moment for Louisville, and Paco Craig, the hero of the night for Louisville.
Yeah, you could see that Newman fancied that as soon as he put that ball down. He just felt it. He felt it, and even though it rattled the post, the forwards there, well, obviously not the forwards, it's Paco Craig as the follows up from Guy Ben's header, which was saved by Gomez, and got to be there. He's done his job.
As we're going to look at it here again, the goalie didn't see that ball at all. Hits the post. Guy Abend heads it down initially off the defender, and then ends up over by Paco Craig. Paco Craig in perfect position, heads it down. He's not going to make that mistake twice, as he had that opportunity earlier in the first half.
Yes he did, and I guarantee if I asked Guy Abend at the end there, he actually meant that as an assist. I guarantee it. He'll tell you it was an assist, all right, but who cares? It's in the back of the net.
Oh, it was deliberate.
Yes.
As now the Rhinos. Couple players down there. Play resuming though, and there the whistle finally goes. And again, the trainer will have to come off the field. As Guy Ben, he gets back up now. A couple guys having words. Dacre stepping in to try and break it up. Ben still.
He's not happy.
He's fired up about something.
Yeah.
Both teams fired up as Apostolopoulos. I'm glad he has Vasilis on the back of his jersey. I'm just going to start saying that. Vasilis frustrated, and somebody said something to Ben.
Guy's not happy there at all.
And he turned around. He wanted to go after him. And Vasilis continuing to talk. Ben not happy at all. And we should have a number of minutes of stoppage time added to this one.
Vasilis is there at 6'3". I'm sure that he's not afraid of, as we've seen, of him putting himself about a little bit there. And he's obviously, I believe he's probably put another elbow onto a bend there. He's already in the book for doing the one earlier. Was it on Lancaster? Yeah, the arm across him.
And Vasilis got to be careful. Because if he keeps talking to a Ben like that, he's going to earn himself another yellow.
Yeah.
And he'd get himself that red by default. And still yet to resume play here. And Abend still waiting to come on. Play finally resumes. Again, Abend trying to hop on early there.
Yeah, he wants to get in, doesn't he? He wants it.
He's anxious.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what you need, though. You need somebody like that. You need somebody that's going to go in there and say, "Hey, come on, 1-1's not good enough," and it's not. And it's not. They do want the win. They need the win.
It's a sense of urgency right now for Louisville as Ryan Ginsing will send that one downfield, and Rasmussen was there to head it. Noonan settles it right on the sideline, though, and he'll lose it here. And again, another whistle, and that foul going against Noonan.
Almost a smart foul. Mr. Santos would have been away.
And the Modelo man of the match is voted by you, the fans, Guy Abend for Louisville City. He had a much better second half.
Very good second half. Guy has, well, he has. He's had a lot better. He's dictated the pace of the game, as you can see there. Look, he's up. He still wants to. He wants to go on and probably continue this game until Louisville score a winner. But you know, I've been impressed with Lancaster's performance as well. His work rate and his tenacity up front, and. You know, Reynolds at the back was very, very good in one-on-one situations. So, some good individual performances by Louisville City tonight. I think James, as a group, probably not quite what he wanted, though.
As that ball sent in the box, headed around, as Dos Santos was there, but eventually cleared. And again, another ball played in. Rasmussen getting the worst of that. Also will earn the foul there. It's Reynolds. I'll let Ryan Ginsing take this as we're in the 90th minute here, but you got to think there's going to be a good bit of stoppage time
it's been very choppy the last 20 minutes, and that's due to the Rhinos.
As Ryan Ginsing's ball played up, Dakers, his touch can't quite get onto the end of it. But Montano's there. That back heel does not pay off. And now the counter is on for the Rhinos. Dakers racing back. There's a flag, and that'll be a foul against Dakers. As he's asking for a card. And that's Samuel, the substitute, coming on. And again, Montano. A brain-dead play, really.
Yeah, if I'm Dakers and I've got yellow carded there, that's the referee to go and play that play it to my left back instead, because that pass should not have been played. Very similar to how the one was played against with Smith in the week when he's trying to backheel it out of the penalty box.
That is the end of the regulation here, but we've got 5 minutes of stoppage time. There's now another chance here for the Rhinos off of this free kick. The ball sent in, and that one never had a chance. We'll go out for a goal kick, and Louisville will be putting their foot on the accelerator, full steam ahead, as they want the full 3 points. They want to hop back in front of the Red Bulls. There's not a lot of games left in the season, and they need to pull out as many 3 points as possible if they want to try and finish the season at the top of the standings, and by therefore getting the right to home field advantage throughout the playoffs, which is huge.
Yeah, and it is huge. I mean, this crowd is can be great on its night. I mean, it's
as Abend, a nice slide tackle there, as Illick up to Noonan. Oh, and he can't quite get it to Rasmussen. The Rhinos break it up.
I think Guy's got better since he's been named man of the match.
As Dos Santos is down, and he draws the foul. It'll be another free kick for the Rhinos. Again, you can't keep giving Rochester chances, as Craig a little bit late there, didn't get the ball Good call there by the ref.
You can't give them chances in this. This is something that they have been strung at over the last couple of years, is set plays. And even though they've not been great at them tonight, it's still one of their fortes.
It's another chance?
Yes, of course it is, Jim. Yeah, it is.
And here's the thing, that's what led to Louisville City's loss eventually in Orlando City. It wasn't just the fishing, they kept giving Orlando City opportunities.
Yeah, yeah. And that's discipline again.
That's now Forbes. He'll line this one up. And he hit the in-swinger, and that one not challenging Rand Ginsing again as he guides it out of bounds. And another goal kick. Again, the Louisville City will look to be full steam ahead. As Rand Ginsing sends this one long. Headed by Dakers.
Good win. Should have won the second. Got to be. If you want to win, you got to be first to every ball, and first and second.
The Rhinos now on the far side. Nice ball played in. Again, a nice cross, but a bend is there. And they'll give up the corner kick, and a bend knows it.
Yeah, he's not. He's rushed it. Probably didn't get a call, letting him know he's got time. Little slip as well.
As he had plenty of time to settle, turn around.
Yeah, he did.
Start the counter. So again, Forbes will line this one up. And he'll look to take as much time as he can. And this one's sent in. Broken up, but falls back. And the Rhinos will maintain it. So Forbes will get another chance with a cross. And again, takes a deflection, another corner kick here. And this is the last thing Louisville wants. As time's certainly not on their side, as they would have loved to have gotten the full 3 points again. As Forbes takes it, player down in the box. Abens heads it out. Dakers meets it.
There we go.
Now here's the chance for Louisville's Illick. He's got options. He plays it to Dakers. Dakers one man to beat. Now to Hoffman. Hoffman, this shot beats Gomez, but it's wide. It's wide right. And it looks like it took a deflection, or at least that's what Louisville wants. But it will be a goal kick. And we'll get another look at here. Dakers.
Dakers just, if he'd got that ball out of his feet, he was away.
As Hoffman again played it, and Louisville City screaming for that corner kick, but the goal kick was awarded. And that was the moment that's the moment Louisville City needed to capitalize.
Yeah, the first real counter-attack that Louisville's had comes in the 91st, 92nd minute, and man, it was there.
Oh, they were off to the races too.
Yeah. And it fell to the right players. Dakers was the right guy that you wanted to break away with his speed, and Hoffman's the one you wanted to with the final chance there.
There's another whistle here and a foul going against the Rhinos. So a chance maybe from distance here for Del Piccolo. And this has to be the last chance for Louisville City. Got to think there's not a lot of time left. So
crowd's getting behind him.
One more moment for Louisville and Del Piccolo. He sends the ball in. Gomez scoops it up, no problem at all. And he'll look to head it long. And there is the final whistle here in Louisville. And really unfortunate for Louisville City as, again, you go back to the first half, that missed penalty kick by the ref.
Yeah, the missed one, but you know, you could also say that chance there at the end from Hoffman should